CapeCast. Hey, I hear there's a cool new exhibit at the John F. Kennedy Hyannis Museum about JFK's last summer on Cape Cod. I think it's called Cape Cod, the summer of 1963 to November 22nd, 1963. Days of joy, days of sorrow. Well, let's go in and take a look. So, Rebecca, tell us about this fabulous new exhibit.
This exhibit tells the story of the summer of 1963 in Hyannisport when the President, Mrs. Kennedy, and the children spent a great deal of time. It also tells the story of the President's last visit to Hyannisport, and then, of course, because it's the 50th anniversary of the assassination of the President, we tell that story from a true Cape Cod lens.
One of the most touching pictures, I think, is the President leaving Cape Cod for the last time. Talk a little bit about that event.
He had an engagement in Boston, a speaking engagement. He came down to Hyannisport to stay overnight with his father. And his father, of course, was a stroke victim. So he went to leave. The helicopter was there, and he went back and kissed his father on the head, as he did. And Kenny O'Donnell remarks that when they left, it just looked, the President had tears in his eyes, and he thought that it looked like he felt it was the last time he would see his father. And of course, he thought that from an entirely different perspective.
Well, I think probably the most dramatic moment was always on Friday evening when the helicopter arrived about 50 yards from where we are right now, and that was the moment.
I mean, I remember being a teenager that I was impressed with the presidential cars and the presidential yacht and the presidential helicopter and all that stuff, the aura of the presidency, and to have that so close to such a small community was a pretty big deal. When the Marine One would fly over my house on Monday morning as the president was going back to Washington after a weekend on the Cape. It is emotional, and I think we've had a lot of tears shed today by people that have seen and previewed the exhibit that opens this week.